and white. It might just be Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, I was trying to think of the name.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah. If you're searching for a meaning of life, you're already doing it wrong. Your life doesn't need a meaning, it just needs a purpose. In other words, you just need something to live for. You can live for spending time with loved ones or chasing dreams. You can live for eating delicious food or playing games. Most people can get by as long as they have something to live for. You say Danganronpa is your reason to live, I couldn't be happier! It's been a real pleasure doing business with you.
I don't know. Why do people do this?
Do what?
It's like a... Hold on. Oh, that's why. People do, It's basically a completely, obviously automated message.
Oh.
And it's like they're advertising something in their profile, which is probably a scam or like a password phishing thing or something.
Yeah. Well, like, someone's bound to click on eventually.
Yeah. Well, we're not.
Yeah. I don't care if I just kill my...
So yeah, that's a bit of a heads up. It's like I'll do graphic designs or elements or whatever for your stream. Unless they actually engage with you in a conversation, don't trust it.
Yeah, like Mbufu-Dine.
Yeah. The person who joined our server, yeah.
Yeah, he just like linked effing like Donald Trump on. It was just like the full image. It's like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is exactly what I want for this dumb joke. But I reacted reflexively as I heard the doorbell. So it's surprised that I managed to get by. I went to the door. Well, who could it be? For the first time in a long while, I walked uneasy to the door. I slowly opened it, and...
It's Maki.
I'd be amazed if it was just Makuma. You looked at her, does she? She looks pretty normal to me.
She's saying she
looks terrible. Yeah, I just misread that. Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. Well, he still looks fairly normal, but still.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it's subtle enough. Yeah, go take a shower or something. Anything to help your face.
Yeah, Shuichi just laid in bed for like 2 days straight.
Yeah. I'll be in the dying hall with everyone else.
Understandably upset.
Yeah. Shuichi just very deep in depression right now.
Okay.
I'll be ranked, so hurry up.
Sucks. I hate that we get one comment and it's from like a bot.
Aaron's waiting in the dying hall? Guess I should go. Aaron took a hot shower, then left my room.
I've got to remind you to mod me.
Right, yeah, I really need to.
I just typed a message to see if I was.
Right, because then, like, if you ever wanted to join the Digimon server, you'd be like a mega or some crap.
Wait.
I'm still not sure how it works, but it's sort of like, oh yeah, the streamers are like the tamers, and they're like, you know, like followers and crap are like the Digimon or something. It's like you just choose to make people like champions or ultimates or whatever.
Other way.
Can I just... Alright, yeah, this is faster.
I mean, technically I could be considered a Digimon streamer. I have streamed Digimon before.
That is true.
I started streaming Cyber Sleuth, but I think I'm gonna wait for the Steam release and stream that, because it'll be like a full, complete version of the game.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm gonna get it anyways. I'm totally gonna support the Digimon game development team.
Yeah.
Because they deserve it. Anyone who can hear me, you do it. Support Digimon. Pokemon's bad now.
They need to overtake Pokemon. It's like only natural.
Yeah. And if you're a diehard Pokemon fan, that statement makes you angry, give it a shot at least. Digimon's great, I promise.
If that statement makes you angry, like, go back to our, like, like Death and Lucky Talk video on like Game Freak and like Black Clover for like a second.
Didn't we specifically have an entire like Pokemon versus Digimon talk?
Yeah, something of that effect. We were talking about like the big like Pokemon controversy. So yeah, go there and then you can get them like more angry at us.
Yeah.
And like, leave a comment, maybe a like, it'll help the algorithm.
Spoilers for my opinion. Digimon is in many ways better than Pokemon.
Yeah, it's definitely crossed that threshold. The only they weren't really there, the light had gone off their eyes.
What statement I just got in says Cookie. Basically me saying that Pokemon sucks and Digimon should get love.
Yeah, if we were talking about, like, Horus or, like, something like that, then it's like, there's so many Pokemon, but not there's not as many. It's like, nah, Digimon, though.
Gen 6 and 7 were fine as far as I'm concerned, and now Gen 8 looks really bad, and Pokemon's dead.
Yeah.
Digimon is the worst game ever. Okay, Cookie. I totally believe that you're not...
You're not trolling.
In reaction 3, 2, 1, I'm kicked, aren't I? I would have to believe your statement. Also, I'm not a mod yet.
Well, if you're going to kick Cookie, though, like, maybe I should.
I'm not gonna kick Cookie. He's joking.
Yeah, we don't want people, like, stomping cookies into the carpet. Face size looks like that.
Take up my mod sword and smite him.
Oh, boy. The, like, sword of justice.
I mean, am I joking? Yeah, obviously. To be saying that Digimon is the worst game ever? No, it's not. It's not the worst game ever by a long shot. It has a lot of competition in that field.
No. Worst game ever is Mario 1. Joking.
It's the... I almost said it's the worst Mario game, but only because every other Mario game after it has been better.
Yeah, you might say it's like, well, like, out of the mainline ones, there are, like, all kinds of, like, spin-offs and just,
Yeah, I'm not talking about, like, CDI Mario or whatever the heck.
CDI Mario.
Or, like, whatever it is, I don't know.
Mario teaches typing.
Like, Mario is missing or whatever. Hotel Mario.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
You never know and it'll haunt you. Wasn't E.T. labeled the all-time worst game? Yeah. But yeah, by a lot of people. I don't know, I've heard that E.T. isn't like a total trash fire and people just blow it out of proportion because it's...
Well, it's a trash fire, alright.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think, like, it is one of the worst games out there, but...
E.T.'s not, like, the worst game out there. Like, if we're talking, like, legit, like, I'm pretty sure it's, like, the absolute, like, worst game out there is, like, Hair Razor, which is a game I'm sure no one knows about.
I've never heard of it.
Because, like, it's this really long and interesting history behind it, but, like, long story short is, like, there's, like, a big, like, thing where, like, someone buried treasure and, it, like, became a big, like, success and stuff. So it's like, oh, hey, a lot of people, like, bought my book because it had clues to this, like, thing I saw. I'm gonna make a game that also has clues, but it's, like, super obscure and, like, nothing makes sense and seems random. And there's a really good chance the game was a 100% scam. So, like, the very point of the game to, like, find out where the treasure is might not even be completable. And you get, like, no real hints at all, just these weird ciphers and, like, stupid, like, crap that makes no, like, like, real connections. Like, sometimes there's a spider, sometimes something that runs at you, sometimes there are trees or no trees. It's all completely random because it's an actual scam.
Yeah, there's a lot of actual way worse garbage games. Like, Action 52 is a collection of the worst games ever.
Like, just in my opinion, it's like the worst game you could possibly make is a game where there is no actual game, and any, like, semblance of an ending or progress are all, like, not there.
Have you heard about the Phoenix games?
Don't think I have.
You started watching Cat Icarus, right?
Yeah, a bit.
He did a few of them. Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys.
Oh, is that like the weird, like, you know, like...
It's basically a movie and not a game at all. Yeah.
It's just horribly, like, voice acted and stuff.
Yeah, Animal Soccer World.
Yeah. I don't know if it's by, like, the same people, but I saw a video from, like, some voice actor channel. I think it's, like, CA Dogs or something.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, you know, look at different, like, examples of bad voice acting. Like, it looked like one of those games was one of the ones he was, like, talking about from, like, the effing Hunchback of Notre Dame. There's just this random, like, you know, just, like, kind of slightly deformed child in, like, a basket. And they're just like, oh, it is no child, it is a sin.
Oh my god.
And he's like, he's no human. He looks like an ape monster. Ugh! It's like weird crap like that.
Cookie says, give me each your opinions on what your worst game of all time. I assume he means games that we've actually played.
Yeah.
Sonic 06 jumps to my mind immediately. I might have to think on that a little bit, but...
Yeah, I'd have to, like, put a bit of thought into it, too, like...
Even with crap games, I'll finish it unless it's, like, an absolute dumpster fire. But I played through some Sonic 06, and I couldn't stand it. It's so bad.
Man, I'm really, like, putting some thought into this. It's, like... I don't know, like... Maybe, like... I still have no idea if this would, like, really count, or if it's, like, a weird thing. It's, like, maybe Cubics Robot Racing.
It's a game.
Because it's, like, the big thing is you, like, you know, clear the story mode, and it's, like, super fast, and you just do it. And it's just, like, just takes, like, you know, about a minute or so, you clear all the races, it's no problem at all.
Yeah.
And there's, like, seemingly nothing after that.
There's no content.
Yeah, and it's to the point where as a guys just look up cheat codes and stuff like, wait, but like, how do I do more? And it's like, how does this even work? And I was just getting nothing because it was too obscure.
Yeah.
And to this day, I have no idea if, like, you know, there's, like, as needed to do it a lot, or if there's just nothing else to the actual game. As far as I know, that was just it. It's just, like, this weird ripoff.
Lack of content is bad, especially if it's charged as like a full game.
Yeah.
But what takes precedent in my mind is if it has garbage gameplay.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, because I'm trying to think, it's like, there's nothing that's really coming to mind right now. It's like, you know, the gameplay is just, like, terrible, and I've, like, actively, like, played it.
Yeah. I'm still gonna say Sonic 06, because, like...
Sonic 06 is pretty bad.
Yeah, because it barely functions.
There's probably some, like, Star Trek, like, crap out of, like, just somewhere on, like, a PS1 disc that's just awful, and I just haven't, like, you know, played it, or I don't remember it.
I'm gonna say no licensed games, because it's way too easy. I'm just making up an arbitrary rule there, but...
Yeah, if it's something I have to, like, actually have, like, played, though, then I can't go for that, because I haven't.
Cookie says either Prism or Goblin Commander for PS2.
Yeah, I'm usually, like, a bit more selective about what I buy.
I've never heard of either of those games, honestly.
Yeah.
So, they're probably bad.
Like, I'm sure it's, like, the effing, like, PS2 Stitch game was, like, not great. But it's like, I don't know if it was because of, like, you know, my weird kid mind or whatever, I just didn't know what to do. There's a lot of, like, weird examples like that are just coming to my mind.
Yeah. Well, what makes a game truly bad for me is if, like, it's so badly designed that you can't hardly play it. Like, the story... God.
Yeah, I'll just keep going as you like, you know, yeah.
The story can be awful, or like the graphics can be bad, or there can be a lack of content. But if the game plays well or whatever, then fine. What?
Yeah.
Like I can get over it as long as the gameplay's fun. But, like, if the gameplay is, like, bad and you can't hardly do anything, like, your character glitches out of bounds constantly, or, like, flies out of the, like...
Yeah.
It's just, if it's unplayable, it's a bad game. And people would say, well, you can beat Sonic 06 speed runs, people have cleared it, but it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad, it feels bad to play.
It's like, I feel like there's an argument to be had about, like, oh, hey, this game is just, like, feels bad to play versus, like, oh, this game's story is, like, the worst thing like, ever, and it's, like, actively making me angry to watch it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, a story can be really stupid, and, like, that can ruin the game for you, and that's why David Cage games are bad.
Yeah, they're all bad story.
Yeah. And there's, like, no gameplay.
Yeah, because, like, Final Fantasy 13 is, like, a terrible story, and, like, everything is just, like, confusing nonsense unless you just lore dive just everything they're talking about.
Yeah, 13's bad.
But, like, the actual gameplay is solid.
I got a hot take for you.
Yeah.
I don't think Final Fantasy Tactics is very good.
Oh.
A game that a lot of people are like, oh, that's actually the best Final Fantasy game, and I'm like, bull crap. It sucks.
Oh, man.
So yeah, hot takes from me.
If you dislike that hot take, please like and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe for more anger.
I have a Twitch and YouTube channel you can yell at me on.
Yeah, it helps the algorithm.
Oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about... For my personal channel, my personal YouTube channel, I don't care about the algorithm.
Yeah.
It's just there for archival purposes.
Also, yeah, the Digimon World 2 LP seems to be doing, like, fairly well for our, like, the channel.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm, like, actually cut it up a bit, so it's, like, keeping, like, around 5 viewers each, which is still super low, but it's better than normal.
Cookie says, you want me to yell at you? I don't know, you a big fan of Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah, if you don't like Final Fantasy Tactics, go to the comments below, and I'm sure I'll just super reasonably, like, hear you out, and Lucky can, like, go the other way and just be like, no, fuck you.
I have a very specific reason for why I don't like Tactics, and if you want to hear it, I'll go into it, but...
It's like, yeah, screw Squall, and it's like, wait, what?
Oh, well, Final Fantasy VIII's not great either.
Yeah.
7's the best one, fight me.
7's pretty good. Like, there was, like, not long ago, actually, on stream, we were like, kind of trash-talking 7 a bit or something. After I game through, like, like, and our, like, Let's Players, like, just, like, on 7 recently, I was just like, yeah, like, going back, there's a lot of good stuff to that game, A lot of stuff in the plot I actually really do like.
Yeah. Cookie says, not a, it's a valid reason, I'll listen, but if your reasoning is horrible reasons, I'll challenge you. I think 6 is the best, not a big fan of 7. That's fine. I didn't like 6 all that much, I didn't even finish it.
I feel like that's gonna be the much hotter take.
Oh yeah, I don't know. 6 didn't hook me.
If you're a fan of Final Fantasy VI, comment like the thing below.
Okay, but so my main problem with Tactics boils down to this: I don't like permadeath style SRPGs, and I know you have a chance to revive your allies and whatever so they don't actually die, but the fact that it's a possibility is something I don't like. There's a fight against a character named Weegriff, and you have to fight him one-on-one, and if you didn't build your character right, you're screwed. You can't beat him.
Yeah, it sounds all like Fire Emblem.
But wait, it gets better. There's a save point right before Weegriff, right before the cutscene that triggers and you fight him. I didn't know the game was going to be unfair, so I saved right there to fight. It's like, okay, I'll save and then I'll fight him one-on-one.
Wait, do you only have one save?
There's multiple save files, but I don't rotate my saves. I never feel a reason to. I expect the game to be fair. So you go into the fight against Weegriff one-on-one, oh no, I didn't build right. I can't possibly beat him.
Just like Fire Emblem.
No, Fire Emblem, you can... Even in the old ones, I think there are ways to fight things get stronger. Anyways,
like, I recently played through, like, Fire Emblem, like, I think it's, like, Birthright, I think is the one it was.
I don't know anything about Fates.
Yeah, it's, like, Fates whatever, it's, like, yeah, it's just straight up this, where it's, like, oh, hey, you can't grind, you just have to do the next story mission. You have to.
There's probably a way to grind.
No,
Awakening had a way to grind.
Awakening did, but Fate's like, in this version it just doesn't.
Seems weird that they would go backwards on that.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I saved before Weegriff, can't beat him, didn't build right, I'm screwed. Okay, this save is dead. I can't do anything with it because I didn't rotate my saves. Because why would I have? So I gave it another shot, even. I started over. And I built stronger and better, and I looked up a guide on how to beat him, and I did the very specific thing of stocking up on X potions, getting auto potion, and learning the skills yell and accumulate on your base class. And basically what you have to do is run around and use those skills repeatedly until you're so fast and strong that Weegriff can't possibly win. So you do that for a while, and it takes several turns. Way too many turns. It's stupid. And like the auto potion with X potion keeps you alive, and you one-shot him. And then he turns into his next form, and then your allies join you to fight him, and then you one-shot him. And I'm like, okay, cool, save. The next fight, there's another fight right after it. And there's this big stupid Sephiroth-looking dude, and his two assassin cronies, and it's a protection mission. You have to keep this girl safe. Well, none of my units are fast enough, so the girl I have to protect runs headlong into the boss and both of his goons, and she dies before I even get a turn. So, this save file is dead too. And that's when I gave up. Because screw that, that's stupid.
That sounds really dumb.
If it's like, oh, you didn't build right, screw you, die, restart the entire game.
I wonder why Fire Emblem took so long to catch on in the West.
Tactics can go die in a fire. Let's see. Think whatever you... Okay, let's see. What's Cookie? He's probably been saying a bunch while I've ranted about tactics, so let's see what he says.
Okay.
It's a valid reason I'll listen. Whatever, 7. I think whatever you kind of grew up on will hook you more. Grew up before it's 6, but wait, there's more. Not seeing the problem here. If you're not seeing the problem here, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that sounds very much like the tactic I had going on to scum through Digimon World 3. Where it's just like, oh yeah, speed up stacks. I'm just gonna abuse the fuck out of this so nothing can hit me. And that, worked really well until I learned there was, a limit to how long that, buff would last. And then I ran out of MP and barely made it through.
I see.
So that's why I despise tactics. I hate it so much.
You okay?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Whenever I talk about tactics and people are like, oh, it's the best, I get really heated on it because it's like, that game's bullcrap. I don't understand how anyone could like it. And I was gonna say, with my old flip phone, I recorded a video of it. Of the fight after Weegriff, where the girl runs in and dies immediately.
Oh boy!
I recorded it. I don't think I can transfer it to anything because it's on an old flip phone. But I have video proof that it's bullcrap and unfair.
Well, do you have the save file?
It's on an old flip phone. I don't
I'm
think
the save file.
Oh,
could you do that mission again and just show everyone how bullcrap it is?
Well, it would be on my PS3, and I probably deleted the saves.
Alright, yeah.
Or at least I would have saved over with my new one. Or I don't know.
Alright, fair. Yeah, flashback light's just here.
Yeah, we got a flashback.
Yeah, Kokiji probably just put there. Or Makuma.
Sounds like RNG. Hold on. Okay. Sounds like RNG was not in your favor. I tried that mission multiple times. I didn't just try it once and give up. I tried it several times. And every single time, I did not get a turn before the person I was supposed to protect would die. Not a single turn. Multiple times. So on that note, if it is the RNG, then if the RNG if it's that reliant on RNG, whether or not you win the fight, that also makes it bad.
Yeah, that's super fair. There was like the guy who gave like the talk about like hair razor or whatever in the video, like made a different video about like like the quote unquote 7 sins of a bad game. And it was like, just straight up like, too reliant on chance, like, too easy, like, way too difficult, too confusing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like heavy RNG was definitely, like, up there as, like, one of, like, the core potential problems.
Yeah. And random elements aren't bad in a game, it's just
Yeah.
if they dictate everything, then it's kind of a problem.
Yeah, you can't let the randomness, like, control the entire thing, or there is no game.
Personally, never had that problem, says Cookie, but I did, and it made me hate that game. This one's shorter. It's another rant about a different game.
Alright, sure, go for it.
It's Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Because I was like, okay, maybe they learned how to make a tactics game good. So I tried that one, and it was good for a while. The judge system is stupid, and I hate it. But otherwise, I was okay with it. Guess what? You end up in a 1v1 fight again in that game, and it's way too hard, and I quit. Okay, go ahead.
Alright. Use the flashback like weird curve everything cooperative store. This is why we really need to play like Persona 4 or something.
Why?
So we'll have like time for these rants while like we're just doing stuff.
Yeah, well, we're like dungeon crawling
Yeah.
and fighting. And then, yeah, we gotta get through this game. I want to, okay, last thing I promise.
Okay, it's fine.
It's not even like a rant or anything.
Yeah.
I love the Evil East setting, which in Final Fantasy, which is the setting that the tactics games at 12 take place in. I love the Evil East setting because it's got a bunch of different races, and it makes it way more interesting than Final Fantasy. Everyone is human.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I love 7. I love 9. 9 has a bunch of fun races too, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
10 is good, even though that is Ronso.
Yeah, Ronsos are cool.
Yeah. I love the Evil East setting. I love diversity in, like, the races of the world.
Yeah.
Evil East, whoever does the music for the Evil East themed games is really freaking good at making music. I think Evil East has my favorite Moogle designs because they're not like floating puffballs. They're like a small like race of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Evil East setting is so good, and I hate that like 2 of the 3 games in that setting are bad in my opinion.
Yeah, we should start like those like effing like Final Fantasy RPGs or something at some point. Like, the like tabletop thing you were looking into a while back.
Oh, the one I played?
Yeah, like it might be interesting for you to like get into that at some point or something.
Maybe. I might still have the PDF saved.
Yeah. And I definitely need to get into like some type of like, tabletop game after a while. Because I've just grabbed that for like way too long.
Oh, Cookie says 6 sort of does. You're saying it has like a bunch of different races?
Yeah, I know 6 does have like, the like Moogles who can fight or something.
They're also, but in that game they're puffballs, aren't they? Well, no, they have a bit of a human shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 12. Evil East has my favorite Moogle design. Not a lot of races, but some characters have different races. Okay.
Man, like, this is probably gonna, sound, insane, but, I think, just think about it, it's like, Final Fantasy 13 setting isn't bad. I actually kind of do like it. It's told in the worst way possible, but it's just like, oh yeah, there are just, these giant robot gods who are just going around giving people, crazy magic powers and stuff, and just using them to do, their own, kind of schemes and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's a cool idea, you could do some cool stuff with that. Yeah, you make different types of, Fal'Cie that are, trying to accomplish their own, unique goals and have, cool stories in that world. It's just, the story they did go for is, absolute bullcrap.
Cookie says Sasquatch Moogle Go-Go is an alien. I don't know who Go-Go is. I know that... I'm aware that there is a Sasquatch in 6. Sasquatch is a playable race in the tabletop.
Yeah.
I had one and I named him Boogaloo.
Boogaloo?
Yeah. The mime. I probably wouldn't have gotten that far. And yeah, I named him Boogaloo because the idea behind Sasquatch or Yeti or whatever you call them, the idea behind their naming conventions is that they have they have names that have lots of vowels. Because it's good for yelling across mountaintops.
Okay. Huh.
Because they're mountain-dwelling people.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't. I'd have to look into it.
Yeah.
Into what it said exactly, but it's something like it's a good name for yelling across long distances. And I was like, Boogaloo's a silly name.
Oh man. Just what's on my mind, I have no idea if I'll ever be able to do anything with this, or if I might be able to do it or whatever, or if I'll even really want to at some point. But at some point I do want to try and get into a D&D campaign and just run a thief conjure character who just uses his mage effing wizard powers to just create poison so he can just sneak attack things harder. And just uses magic to help with his trickery. Because I'm pretty sure that's a thing you can straight up do. It's hey, poison glows, but, it's not technically, being used as a weapon. It works. I just have to, know what the thing poisons is. And, I just need to find a puddle of poison and just copy it, basically. But yeah, that's always been a really cool idea to me. Just oh yeah, it's just this rogue thief who just uses magic to do his bullshit. Just help create disguises and crap like that.
I need a drink, my throat's killing me.
Yeah. We've been screaming a lot.
Yeah, we're talking loudly.
Well yeah, talking loudly. We don't need to confirm anything, we saw the outside world for ourselves.
Hey.
You want to die comfortably. There's a big twist on the thing. Yeah. Also, at some point, kind of just want to make a D&D character who's just a Kenku that's literally just Chamberlain from the Dark Crystal. Just Greatsword Warrior, just take some movie voice clips, that'd work.
I should watch The Dark Crystal. I'm pretty sure I watched it as a kid, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have vague memories that it exists, but I don't know that I've ever actually watched it.
I remember I watched it recently. It's a weird-ass story. Because, they explain almost nothing to you, but at the same time, there's so much time on, weird exposition, these, half-baked ideas. But it's the artistry in that film is just absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should probably get back to this game. We've accomplished, like, one thing so far.
Yeah. This is gonna be hell to edit, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's like,
Yeah.
a huge chunk of us just talking, so it shouldn't be that bad.
There's like a huge chunk of us talking, and I move things forward a bit, and we start talking about something else, and I just move forward a bit more, because I assumed we were done.
Yeah, just create,
Yeah,
just create an episode for the Dragon Ball and
Yeah.
Final Fantasy rants.
Gonna be episode for a Dragon Ball rant for sure. Final Fantasy? No, that might have to stay in, because we did progress dialogue.
I don't think we missed much.
Yeah, and I'll think over.
Just see what it was
yeah.
that we skipped and leave it in the
Yeah,
corner.
I'll have to, like, make a call on that for sure.
Because
Yeah, it's the only thing we can do right now. We're gonna die, we might as well do anything we can. We'll have no regrets then.
that's right.
Even if it's dangerous, it wouldn't matter anyways, right?
Yeah, what's it matter at this point? Might as well check the flashback light.
Yeah, we don't have any hope left. So let's just do what we can. Yeah, things won't be any worse than they already are. Yeah, so when you kill me, will it be like I'm falling asleep? Yeah, let's decide, Kibo. Shuichi, are you fine with that? Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, this is dead, fairly painlessly. Flashback light suddenly appeared, nothing would be more obvious than suspicious. Because our spirits were already broken, we had nothing to lose anyways. Cut to us learning like, oh yeah, that funeral was real and we actually died.
Surprise. This is the afterlife. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, I'm imagining like we're in like fake bodies or something. Like they use nano machines to just, like remake us or something like that.
Doesn't make any sense, but okay. Like you're made up of a collection of millions of nanomachines?
Well, no, they just like, made fake bodies with the nano machines, and that's how they just like, made like things that looked and acted exactly like humans. And then they just like implanted these like old memories into us.
What'd they make the... How did the... What?
Because we've seen, like, the effing, like, exocells can, like, make pretty much anything they really need at, like, a moment's notice.
Including fleshy humans?
Hey, maybe. Alright, this is Danganronpa.
True.
Turned inside out. That'll explain how these flashback lights are even working to begin with.
Well, I mean, you watched... Did you finish Danganronpa 3? The anime?
Not the anime.
Okay. Well, you watched enough of it to know that, the idea behind brainwashing is the thing.
Yeah.
So.
But it's like, I'm just proud because, like, at some point Moose specifically says, like, Monokuma's explanation doesn't make sense.
Which
Like, how the flashback lights work.
What was his explanation?
It was like, oh, it awakens this, like, like, pathway in your brain and makes you remember. And she's like, that's a load of crap. And we had forgotten.
So, like, brainwashing is real, I think, and to a certain extent. It is to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Like cults use brainwashing methods or whatever.
Yeah, well, we consider brainwashing, like, in, like, a cult sense, is usually more like, you're, like, forcing people to, like, rely on you and just take things as normal and stuff.
Yeah. Danganronpa way of brainwashing is complete memory erasure and, like, whatnot.
Well, most people assume, like, associate with brainwashing as, like, like, straight-up hypnotism.
Yeah.
Which also isn't quite how it, like, works in, like, films and stuff, but, like, it's at least sort of grounded in reality.
Yeah. Well,
the
brainwashing that you see in Danganronpa 3 is basically hypnotism.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk around it without going into too much.
Yeah.
But there's memory erasure and rewriting personalities. Oh look, it's Hope's Peak Academy.
Yeah, I'll start at that academy.
Also,
Garbeck's...
the music.
Yup. Those talented students of various subjects. Oh, if the music doesn't pick up, I'm gonna be so upset.
Oh, it'll pick up.
That bit tore the school apart, changed the world.
There's a stupidly, it's not stupid, it's actually how I experienced Danganronpa 1 the first time. It was a fan translation of the PSP version.
Yeah.
And because of the fan translation, they translated things a little too literally, or not at all, or not enough. So Hope's Peak was like Kibogamine Academy or something.
That sounds so much better.
Not really.
It sort of, at least sounds like a place.
Well, I
a bit
think
more, I guess.
Well, I assume that Kibogamine literally translates to something like Hope's Peak.
Probably.
But I think Hope's Peak Academy sounds better to an English speaker.
Jeez, that alien scene must have been, like, wild in that translation.
Alien scene?
Yeah, when, like, what's his name? The, like, ultimate psychics just, like, oh yeah, an alien stole my burger.
I couldn't tell you if that actually happened. I don't remember anything specific about the fan translation. I just remember that one weird detail about what Hope's Peak Academy was named.
Yeah.
Because I saw Hope's Peak Academy in Danganronpa 2 and I played it and I was like, huh, so that's what they call it in English. Like in a real translation.
So yeah, best, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Through a wave of terrorism and war across the world, humanity's true despair. The world was destroyed as a result of terrible violence. That tragedy was caused by a single high school girl. Okay, so it does take place in the same universe.
Does it?
Yeah, this is pretty hard confirmation. Like, you've been going back and forth on this on, like, the entire playthrough.
No, I haven't. I've always held that this game is not connected to Danganronpa 1 or 2.
I specifically remember... Well, wait, no, but this means it is. Liar!
Am I?
Ultimate despair, Juko Oshima. She's where it means it's necessary to paint the world in despair.
Am I lying?
Yeah?
There's the entire cast from the first game.
I know, are you lying?
I don't know, I guess we'll find out. I forgot that it, like, I knew that it, I knew that it brought up the Hope's Peak Academy thing. I forgot that it dumps, like, Junko and, like, the whole class of the first game.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing any connections to Danganronpa 1 here.
Nope, not at all.
Try the ultimate despair, force into a killing game. But after Junko Oshima died, case was closed and the world gets like. This would be like if you played this game first. Holy crap!
Also, yeah, I think at the beginning of the playthrough I might have mentioned that spoilers about 1 and 2 might become inevitable at some point.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Junko Enoshima is the mastermind of Danganronpa 1.
So we just say everything about 1 and 2 now, I guess.
I mean, whatever it shows us.
Yeah, where it shows us.
We don't have to reveal everything. It might not spoil 2, but
yeah.
I warned you. If you were watching this and hoping for no spoilers about the first 2, I warned you.
Because the solid remnants of despair weren't done silent chaos. Oh hey, look, it's Ultra Despair Girls. Future Foundation fought against them, trying to restore order.
Did the kids grow up with the Monokuma masks on? Those are not kids.
You know what, that's fair. I guess she just got some adults.
I think she's just got a bunch of...
It definitely is the mask, though.
Mm-hmm.
War between Hope and Despair grew more and more extreme.
And those dudes on the left are clearly Future Foundation.
Yeah. Harajuku became to a sun end. It'd be awesome if, like, you know, Byakuya was among them.
He should have been, but yeah.
Yeah, right, there was from dawn that we remembered. It was the beginning of our truth. One day, terrible despair suddenly rained from the sky. Oh, so that means we're like the new Ultimate Detective. I wonder what happened to the old one. Just slowly turns to the anime.
Well, all humans are dead.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yo, maybe that's why we're, like, not super great at our talents.
Also, how far into Danganronpa 3 are you?
Like, I was literally just, like, a few episodes from the finale.
Okay.
I think it was, like, 3 episodes left.
Okay. What happened last? Did anything big happen? Anything of note?
I think the last thing was, like, the, like, Junko brainwashing thing.
I more so meant in the future arc.
How, like, Makoto beats, like, what's-his-face with the katana.
Yeah.
I think that might have been the last thing, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Cast number Miaras fell upon the world carrying an unknown virus. Alright, yeah, that'll do it. Bombed by the overwhelming despair, the remnants cry, humanity deserves damnation.
Holy crap, it's the freaking virus brought by the meteors in JoJo.
Oh my god, they're stand users.
I still can't believe that.
That's what happened the answers.
I can't believe that was a reveal in 5, and it's like, oh yeah, stands are created by a space virus. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. It's ridiculous, but it's JoJo, so I'll believe it.
Future Brandosha is overwhelmed by... Well, we know aliens are a thing.
Yeah.
His Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
And that's how he's a stand user.
Yeah.
Despite being an alien.
Unless he's not an alien. There's no hard confirmation. His abilities could just come from his stand.
He's just a normal human who's allergic to siren sounds and doesn't know anything about, like, the world.
Maybe he's just a weirdo.
Who's allergic to sirens.
Yeah. Or he doesn't like the sound and he makes stupid overreactions.
Well, no, he was breaking out hives.
Oh. I don't know. I think it's more fun if you don't know.
But we do know he's an alien and also a stand user.
Alien, maybe. Stand user, yes.
Future Foundation was overwhelmed by the renewed despair and quickly lost influence.
Stands let you do stupid crap.
Yeah, but then... Mako Nagi, together with the former members of the Future Foundation, started the Gopher Project in hopes pick Akami. Oh boy!
Makoto was behind it.
Oh, this is what, like, Makoto, man. Like, after, like, 2 games of, like, we need to stay behind and fight this out and fight for hope. Just like, like, maybe we can't control the situation. Maybe this is, like, a bit too far.
Well, I mean, acts of God, it's meteors falling out of the sky. What's Makoto gonna do about that?
Maybe we can't solve this with some science. I'm starting to think this might be a lost cause, guys. No, maybe despair wasn't, like, too far off after all.
Crap, we're screwed.
Only genius can overcome nature. Only hope can overcome despair.
Senku?
Yeah, literally Dr. Stone.
Only genius can overcome nature.
Oh boy.
You gotta build guns.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm like so excited for so much crap in that series.
I hope it gets better pacing.
Are you like caught up with it?
Yeah, except for today's episode. The most recent one I watched was mostly flashbacks and Senku and friends standing around talking about smoke signals.
Oh man, I can't wait for the reveal of that smoke signal. Because once it starts getting into that, jeez.
Well, one thing is, I already knew there were other people. Because the intro has other people.
Yeah. Oh, they're all so good, though.
So I was just kind of waiting, and it's like, okay, are these people going to be, rescued by Senku? Are they already freed somehow? And it's like, oh, okay, I guess they were just free already somehow.
Like, the epic old man in the intro was the actual best.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll watch that later.
Oh, man.
I gotta find something to watch that's not JoJo, because JoJo's over.
Yeah.
I guess Fire Force, I can start on that.
Fire Force is pretty lit, no pun intended. That's the joke everyone uses, but it's true.
Okay.
Young Jesus must escape this earth from Kosei's. It's like, you like Soul Eater?
Yeah.
It's like Fire Force is basically just Soul Eater 2.
Good. Well, like, you know I like Soul Eater.
Yeah. It's literally Soul Eater, but everyone has like crazy fire powers instead of weapons.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've also heard that like feminists are going mad at it or whatever.
Yeah.
For some stupid reason.
Like, from what I've seen so far, it seems like they've like cranked up the fan service a bit. But it's like, yeah, that's fine. It's just there and gone.
To be fair, Soul Eater had a bunch of fan service also.
Yeah.
There's an entire cat fight between Blair and the Mouse Witch.
One of the Fire Force characters is literally a cat girl.
Amazing.
Like her power is literally just fire tails and fire cat ears and claws.
Great. Like, the mouse... And when I say, for anyone who's unfamiliar, the Mouse Witch is actually, like, 3 really mousy, like, tiny people that fuse into, like, a busty hot woman.
Then they have, like, a hot off.
Yeah, and there's a dude sitting nearby. He's like, oh my god, this is the best.
Yeah, he's, like, trapped under rubble, too.
And he's just like, I'm fine with this, actually.
Yeah, he's like, I can die now, it's okay.
There's like an entire part where Blair is like, is like insulting the Mouse Witch for like showing a whole bunch of underboob or whatever. Like, there's entire scenes of dialogue
after Blair
about
does
this.
the sexy transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is stuff there. It's like, yeah, it's not like, the most like feminist in the world, but like, it's awesome and hilarious and entertaining.
It's like, well, the complaints from feminists usually is from people who don't even watch anime or whatever. Like, same for like feminists who complain about video games. They probably don't even play video games. So like, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's like you get into a huge topic about like, the social constructs and dynamics and the effects this all has, but shut up, it's funny.
Yeah, but counterpoint, screw you. Let's see. There's also...
If you have offense with that, please comment below and like the video.
If I remember correctly, Tsubaki gets a bunch of fan servicey scenes. Like Black Star, Star trying to peep on her in the hot spring or whatever.
Well, it's like every weapon, just like when they're in the weapon forms, just like the spirit form where they're clearly like naked and you can't see anything, but you can make out the shapes.
I barely call that fan service because that
I know I'd call it.
That even exists in like Digimon Tamers when they fuse with their Digimon. Well, then it gets weird, creepy implications with Digimon, because they're literal children.
Well, it's like, if you're into that, If not, then it's like, oh, whatever, it's the soul body.
And like, I don't know, I feel like it's on the same level of that and like magical girl transformations. Like
it depends on the magical girl, really.
Like the Sailor Moon thing, where like you can clearly see the outline of her body, but it's glowing with like rainbow colors.
And like every kid who watched that, who was just getting around that age, was like, "Oh, this is hot."
Oh, what's this?
Yeah. And they're like, "I don't know why, but I'm gonna watch more Sailor Moon."
I never got into it. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't interested, I guess. Which is weird. I don't know. It was just that show that was on before Dragon Ball Z. And I was just like, okay, well, this is almost over.
Like, I think I watched like a little bit of like, I think it's Tokyo Mew Mew or some crap.
Yeah.
I was just sort of like, oh, okay, this is a thing. And I just moved on.
Yeah. I think my first...
I got far enough to be like, oh, hey, there's, like, next episode. How are we gonna stop this psychopathic seal? And I'm just like, alright, I'm done with this.
I think the first Magical Girl anime I ever watched, not, like, all the way through or anything, I was just a kid, I'd catch an episode here or there, but it was Card Captor Sakura.
Yeah.
Or Card Captors, as it was called over here. But, yeah, that was the one I watched as a kid. And then I didn't watch another Magical Girl show until Madoka Magica.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Like, I guess Flip Flappers is also like a magical girl show, because actually, yeah, it straight up is, but like...
I watched episode 1 of Flip Flappers. I don't have anything against it, it just didn't really hook me immediately, so I kind of stopped watching. It's still on my list, I'll probably watch it at some point.
I love Flip Flappers, that series is great.
Yeah,
that goes some, like, nutty places.
Yeah, I've heard you say it's good, and other people have said it's good.
Like... Geez, like, most of the episodes of Flip Flappers feel way more horror than anything else, and I love it.
Oh, so it does the Madoka Magica thing.
Not necessarily, because it's like, it's not getting, like, grim, it's just like, oh, this is like a horrific, like, you know, kind of crazy, like, you know, weird fairy tale situation that, like, messes you up or whatever. And there's like, oh, we just have to, like, get through this and, like, do the thing, and they're fine by next episode.
Okay. So it doesn't go full-on grim existential dread like Madoka does.
It doesn't go full on that, but it does go pretty, like, deep with, like, you know, the darkness. Especially with, like, what the final, like, villain is. It's like, the final villain's, like, motivations are, like, great.
Alright, well, I'll have to watch it at some point.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of anime on my list that I've started watching and just haven't finished. I gotta get to Konosuba Season 2, Overlord Season 2. I gotta finish Senko. I think Senko is on, like, its last few episodes for me. I don't know. I watched, like, episode 1 of Goblin Slayer.
I watched quite a bit of Goblin Slayer, and I was like, okay, this party just doesn't have anything going on at all.
I still want to watch it.
Like, if I can't, like, get into the characters of a show, then that's usually, like, you know, a death sentence for it in my eyes.
Yeah. I like the idea of, like, the stupidly single-minded quote-unquote hero who exists to just murder goblins.
He's literally that joke you'd make about the show. That's literally that joke of like, oh hey, like, dragons are like murdering the village, and it's like, oh, but are there goblins? No? Okay, then fuck off.
Is it a goblin dragon? No. Okay, there's important plot stuff happening.
Yeah, we should get back to that. Young Jesus must escape this earth to become seeds of the future. That is the only hope for humanity. Those principles, the Gopher Foundation began, and 16 Hope Peak students were selected. Did they agree to it, though, is the, like, main thing I'm thinking.
The implication is no, because they ran away.
Okay, that's pretty screwed up then. What the heck, Makoto?
They ran away and, like, even brainwashed themselves.
We were those 16 students. That's it, we're all attending different high schools.